Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Exciting Thursday News. You're about to be in for a day full of exceptional treatment today. Number one, today is our 1-year anniversary of Phoenix TV, and we are so excited to just share that with you first and foremost. Number two, we have so many different things going on within Phoenix TV, She Rises Studios, and everything in between. So I'm going to backtrack for a second and tell you who I am. So my name is Hannah Olivas. I'm one of the team members at She Rises Studios. And I'm joined here today with another team member from She Rises Studios, Adriana Luna Carlos. So not only is she a team member at She Rises Studios, she's also my daughter. And we did create She Rises Studios and every single ounce of what's underneath that umbrella together. And so celebrating a 1-year anniversary of Phoenix TV is a little surreal. And as I was looking at through social media memories and just a bunch of different things, I'm seeing like, wow, another dream that we had that came to reality. And it really excited me and really made me do some reflection. And so you're going to see throughout the day today, several of us speak about different aspects of the She Rises Studios umbrella, the communities within, the different platforms that we have created. And we're going to kick it off together. And so today, in addition to the celebration of Phoenix TV, and for those of you who don't know what that is, or you're just now hearing it, Phoenix TV is now in 137 countries. It is an online streaming platform that you can find on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. You can also watch it online by going to phoenixtv.app. There is no subscription fee. It has remained free to where anyone, anywhere in the world can go on and watch the extraordinary shows that are currently on this platform. And the shows range from finance, health and wellness, nonprofit giving, all kinds of different things. And we have just continued to really build this platform out. So now that we have what I call our ducks in a row, we decided that for 2024, 2025, and 2026, that we were really going to be super hands-on, elevating this platform even more, growing it into other countries, and also not just having it on Apple, Roku, and Amazon, but other platforms along the way. So in the last 60 days, we have brought on almost 200 new Phoenix TV hosts. And these hosts will create different shows. And then we also have created 12 different docu-series projects. And these docu-series projects are all based off of books that have been created within She Rises Studios. So you may have most recently seen a ton of stuff saying we are looking for women to write in Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Faith, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Finance, EmpowerHer Story, and the list goes on and on. Sassy, classy, badassy. And all of these books have, number one, a book. There's 21 women in each book. And they also are going to be shown in this docu-series. So the docu-series will be called Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Finance, the Sassy, Classy, Badassy Entrepreneur, Becoming an unstoppable woman in health and wellness, the force of women CEOs, and what does it take to be a CEO. And so you get the gist of what I'm saying. The book and docu-series go hand in hand, but here's the question that we have been asked: why? Why do we do this? The answer is all entrepreneurs and almost every human being in the world wants to be seen, heard, and known. And so these platforms that we've created over the last 4 years through She Rises Studios, we've given a platform for voice. We've given a platform for you to share your story through publishing. We've given a platform for you to now do it on television. We have given you a platform inside the community, which we call our She Rises Studios community Facebook group. We've never charged a membership there and never will. And the list goes on and on. We've created Coffee Connect Create, which is free every Thursday. We have author breakout sessions to teach authors how to become 6 and 7 figure income earners in just writing books and doing docu-series. So we've really wanted to build a platform and have built a platform to where you can be seen, heard, and known. And you can also collaborate and build relationships within the community. And you can build other businesses, other ideas. All these things start to percolate when you are in a tribe of women who value you, who see you, who hear you, who know you, who want to know you, who understand you, and the list goes on and on. So when we're talking to people that we don't know or who don't know us, this is why today is happening. And this is going to be happening a lot more, where every single day, somehow, some way, you are going to see, hear, and know us and what we do. And we're going to see, hear, and know you, what you do through these projects that we've created. And not only that, but others are going to see, hear, and know as well. So we have an extraordinary series of books and docu-series. Filming has already started. It started in Las Vegas on February 22nd. We are doing another filming series in Los Angeles at the EmpowerHer Content Day in September, on September 21st, 2024. We even have a cruise for She Rises Studios, sailing to the Mexican Riviera, October 7th through the 12th. If you want to get on that cruise and be inspired and be empowered, today's the day to say, how do I do that? And reach out. If you want to become a part of a book and docu-series and really get your voice seen, heard, and known, your brand seen, heard, and known, your story, your expertise, your strategies, whatever those are, this is how you do it. Now, people have said, well, why do you charge for that? Well, here's the answer. There's value in every single thing that we do. And these projects take an immense amount of effort, time, money, experience, expertise, and the list goes on and on. And the reality is, nothing in this world is free. So what we have done is we have found a way to make it very extremely affordable without compromising the quality of the services and things that we do. So through these different docu-series and book projects, we thought, what a better way to really implement all of those things that I just said: collaboration, value, working together, and really getting these projects on a global level. So you are co-authoring in a book with other experts. You get to be seen, heard, and known on their network, plus ours, plus yours. And it just continues. And that is how you bring awareness, global awareness, how you touch the different markets out there. That is how you connect to other women and men, and you grow your business, is you work together. And anthologies is that perfect place to do it. The docu-series gets on Phoenix TV and is shown in 137 countries. That is a huge reach. Plus, we also share it across all our current platforms, which is a huge reach. So we've really, really tried to make this your home as much as it is our home, and really show the value that we see in you, and really want to see more and more women stepping out into their passion and their purpose, into the alignment of showcasing who they are. And it's been quite a journey. We work with thousands of women all over the world. Our company went from Las Vegas, Nevada to, I think, 17 different countries. And it's just been an extraordinary journey, but it isn't just because of us. It's because of every single person who has said yes to us and entrusted us with their story, with their voice. And so I really would love to see more and more women join these types of projects, because you can utilize this for your branding, you can utilize this for your voice, and so much more. But I also would love to see more women joining the community and engaging with other women, and really getting those deeper connections. When you want to collaborate with someone or have a partnership with someone in business, what's the first thing you need? Trust. How do you build trust? Engagement, relationship building. And so that's what we do every single day, in the front lines and behind the scenes. And there is no one perfect women's empowerment multi-digital media agency. None of us are perfect, but what we are is in harmony, and we try to make progress every day, and we try to strive better. And so I'm asking for those of you who are looking to finally say, yes, I want to share my voice. Yes, I have a story that needs to be seen, heard, and known. Today is that day for you to say yes to you. And so we have Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Finance. We have Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Health and Wellness. We have a Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Latina Entrepreneur. We have Women Decision Makers. We have the Force of Women CEOs. We have Her Giving Journey, which talks about women and generosity. We have Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur #2, which is about to launch. We have Plan a Life You Love, that is about to launch. We have My Unforgettable, the unforgettable journey that we're on. We have Dare to Dream Big, because that's what we need to do every single day, is dream big and do bigger. We have Becoming an Unstoppable Mompreneur. We have Sassy, Classy, and Badassy. We have Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Faith. And the list goes on and on. So the point, what I'm trying to say is that somewhere within those 12 to 13 projects, you align. Your message fits in one of those, and you don't have to do it alone. You can do it with a tribe, a supportive tribe of women who want to see you succeed, who want you to be seen, heard, and known, and who want you to experience your name and what some people call the big flashing lights. Every woman deserves that, and so does every man for that matter. So today, I am looking specifically for my projects, EmpowerHer Story. That book is all about how we as leaders empower other women. I'm looking for women for Sassy, Classy, and Badassy, because that's what I am. Sassy, classy, badassy. And I like to empower and help other women reach their dreams. Even when they don't see their potential, I see it. And I love, love, love Latinas, because I am one, and I'm a proud Latina. So breaking the glass ceiling Latina entrepreneur is a passion for me, to see other Latina women standing up and becoming no longer where we're not seen, heard, and known, but quite the opposite. So these are so many different passion projects for me. And I'm just excited to share it with you. So, Adriana, what are some other things that we can share today in this particular 30-minute segment, so that people have a really true understanding of who we are, what we do, and why we do it?
I mean, you did a great job of breaking it all down and walking through, especially for those who are joining in for the first time and really listening in. I think it was really cool how you said we started here and here's where we're going, and all of the in between. So yeah, if you're looking for an opportunity to get your message across, whether it's in one of these books or in multiple books, it's never been this, I don't want to say cheap, inexpensive is the word, because it's not cheap. I understand that, and there's so much value. But if you have been looking for an opportunity to get in, this is that flash sale. What we didn't mention yet is that come next week, this is like we're doing a different trajectory. There's going to be a wait list in the sense of who wants to do solo books, who wants to be in anthologies, because our 2024 calendar, for those who don't know, it's packed. Every single month of this year is filled to the rim of amazing books that are coming out, from children's books to self-help books to cookbooks to journals to these different anthologies. It's crazy how much these women really realize that this year they're going to go out with a bang. This is a huge year. So if you're ready to take a chance and a leap within yourself to say, hey, I am ready to get started on something that's bigger than myself. And not only is it going to be bigger than you, it's an opportunity for you to grow as an individual. It's an opportunity for you to lead and heal and empower and share, and just all of the goodness that comes with sharing your story and having your voice heard. Everyone has a story. We always talk about that. Everyone has a story. We know that. But what is the story? What can you teach someone? And what are you not teaching them by staying on the sidelines? Like, what are you waiting for? Honestly, that's what I want to know. I want to know what you're waiting for, because there's never a perfect time. I promise you, there's constant distractions in life. I mean, we have families, we have dogs, we have this, and we have that. It doesn't matter. We're still going to come over here. We're still going to show up. We're still going to empower. We're going to say, don't worry, I got you. Go take your 15-minute break and come back here, and I will still be here. That's the message we're sending. There's no perfection in anything that we do. And if you think that, it's an illusion. Let's course correct. Let's mind correct. There is no such thing as perfection. So let's get rid of that stigma, please. Let's do something different in life and understand that we're trying to make the world a better place. And we know there's so many people like us that want to make that impact in the world. This is one of those ways that you can make that impact. You're not investing in us, you're investing in yourself. There was a lady, I listened to her live the other day. She was so spot on everything. She said, you have to plant your seed. If you're going to plant your seed, as an example, let's say you're going to join this anthology. It's $1.99. She said, don't put your money, or so to speak, put your seed in here and then leave it and expect it to grow. If you're going to come into this anthology and you're going to invest that seed, that $1.99, you better be ready to grow it, to water it, to nourish it, to check on it. This is something that you're investing in, something that's more than just a one-time opportunity. And here's why. Books do not go away. This is a lifetime agreement that you're saying, I am putting my message out there. I am deciding that I am speaking into this. And I promise you what I'm saying is my truth and it's my honesty. Can it change over time in the sense of, can I develop as a person? Absolutely. That's why there's book 2s, book 3s, book 4s. There's different editions. There is no such thing as perfection. We change, we evolve. This is your opportunity to decide to stand in your ground and say, I am who I say I am. Or this is your opportunity to say, I am ready to say this is who I am. Stop being afraid, please. I've lived in fear of things in my life, and there's other sides of me that I've never been fearful of, and I don't understand that. So I'm giving you that permission. If that's what you need to hear today, stop being afraid. You got this, and we got you. Okay? This is an amazing chance for you to be into something that's bigger than what you even can think of in this exact moment. And here's why. You're going to get my perspective. You're going to hear Hannah's perspective. You're going to hear the other ladies in this book in a book form and then in a docu-series. These are lifelong messages that you're sending that people are going to hear in different times of their life. You may listen to a story or a song and hear it one way today, and then 10 years from now, you're going to hear that same story or song, and you're going to receive it differently. You're going to be like, that's what they meant. It takes time. These things are lifelong messages. So please hear what I'm telling you. Something your teacher may have told you in kindergarten versus how you interpret it now. You needed that growth. You needed that time period of growth. To me, this is what it's about. These books, docu-series, podcasts, magazines, all of the stuff that we do is an opportunity for you to teach yourself, to teach others, to give hope, to give inspiration. You got this. Stop being afraid. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. We've heard that saying. These cliches are there for a reason. They're proven time and time again. That's why they're cliches, because they're said all the time, but they're true. They're really true. Right? That's what I would want to say. That's a different perspective that I wanted to share today. That we'll get into today.
I think too, and I know that we're coming to an end with this, and you'll see this going on throughout the day, just the different perspectives and ways that we try to stay involved in the different platforms that we try to create and just really elevating you. I teach a class on Wednesdays called Unstoppable Figures. And it's been a year, it's to be a year-long journey on teaching women how to become 6 and 7 figure income earners. Originally, I said 7, but then I thought, you know what? Before you become a 7 figure, you got to become a 6. Before you become a 6, you got to be a 5. Before you're a 5, you got to be a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. And so part of, being a entrepreneur, or what people consider a successful entrepreneur, is the money aspect. But really what it is it's the personal development, the fundamental understandings that the limit is you, that you are the only limit that stands between you and your dreams. Money is a tool. Books are tools. Docu-series are tools. All of these different platforms that we've created are tools that you can put in your toolbox and utilize to grow you, your health, your wealth, your intimate connections, and everything in between. So when you're saying the fear aspect, I had someone say, I want to join, but I'm afraid because I don't like to be on camera. Well, here's my thought process. You have a business, you're a business owner, you need to be seen, heard, and known. So how do you do that without being on a camera somewhere, somehow? We're in a virtual world. We do podcasting, we do docu-series, we do magazine articles, we write books, we take photos, we do those crazy little selfies where we're like, with the filter. Some people don't use the filter. The point is let's get comfortable in our own 2 shoes and not worry about what everybody else looks like. Worry about you. Focus on you, your business, your brand, your voice, your story, and then focus on that collaborative piece. And what Shalini Vadhera says, pass the baton. So we've created this platform, and now we're passing the baton to you all to utilize it, and you pass the baton. And the baton and the torch, however you want to see it, continues to be passed. And as you're doing it, you're bringing in extraordinary people along the way. We're meeting them right where they are. They don't have to be some high achieving, high ticket selling person. They have to have passion, integrity, authenticity, the simple things that we should all have in life. And that turns into a recipe for success. So when someone says, well, I don't have the qualifications, I don't like to be on camera, I'm not grammatically correct. Well, the joke on the team is if Hannah's writing it, all of us need to double check it before it gets released. That's okay, because that's who I am and I embrace it. So being seen, heard, and known in business is very vital to the success of your business. Public relations. We have a public relations firm. Do you know last year She Rises Studio spent just under $100,000 for public relations? Mind blowing for someone to represent two girls, myself, my daughter, and our brand. So when I'm sharing what we're doing for PR for just 3 months or 6 months, and someone says that's too much, I'm like, you guys need to go and do your due diligence and check out what public relations is and how expensive it is. And we've learned it, and we're trying to give it value without breaking your brain or bank. That's the same thing we're trying to do with the publishing. Publishing world has changed so many different ways, and women want to share their story, but maybe they're great at writing it and self-publishing, but what about the marketing? What about getting the reviews? What about setting up the book tours? What about all the other stuff that goes into having that book be seen, heard, and known? Again, platforms that are created already that you can use, and a lot of it is free. Author breakout session, Coffee Connect Create is free. We do so many different things, and we have affiliate programs too. Because if you like what we do, we want you to bring your people in, and we want to give you a high five in some way, shape, or form, right? Because it's all about the give back too. So there's so many different things when you decide to share your voice. When you truly say, you know what, I'm all in. Today's the day I'm going to pick up the pen. I picked up the pen 4 years ago and I haven't put it down. And in just 4 short years, we've published a little over 60 books, which is a lot. And all of the books that we have published have become national and international bestsellers. Boom. We did that. We did it. And you can do it too, because you have a platform that is ready with open arms to bring you and elevate you. Yes.
So before we transition, we were going to do this a different way today. We were going to have structured lives come on every 30 minutes. And I was like, you know what? I'm just feeling it today. I'm going to stay in here. So why not just keep one StreamYard, one link. You get Adriana for 4 hours today. Woo! Woo! I know. My mom says I never go live. Well, I'm here to stay. Anyways, we're going to be having the ladies from the leadership team come in today and give you their perspectives, their viewpoints, and really share this. So I just want to thank my mom for coming on here today and doing that with us. So, woohoo! The OG right here. You guys don't understand. She is the person that decided to create She Rises Studios. You do not get it. No one gets it yet. No one gets it yet. We were in the room talking about the Brave and Beautiful Blood Cancer Foundation, about her nonprofit organization, and she said, what can we do for women? Randomly out of the blue. We were talking about one thing, she went somewhere else. And then it grew from there. She's been wanting to help women for so long. It's crazy. And the cool thing is, so did I. But we just didn't know that we wanted to create something out of it. We just knew we'd love to help women. And then we decided, okay, we're going to do one step at a time. We're here because we had a similar passion and vision, which is how can we help women share their voice? And then each of these ladies, like Nicole, saw what we were doing and said, I've been wanting to do something like that. None of us knew how. We just decided we were going to do it. Because they always say, as long as you know the why, you can do the how. Mm-hmm. We're living proof of it. That's why I say, please stop fearing it. And yes, you do need a community. Yes, it does get lonely. And that's why we created She Rises Studios. The answer is here. Like it's not something that's an equation that we can't figure out. It is not rocket science. The answer is you. You are the answer, and the team is the answer. The involvement in doing it together is the answer, and that how we are stronger together. These aren't just words that we say. They have meaning behind it, and it's when you choose and decide. I love that Nicole's choose and decide when it makes sense to you. It will happen in your life. I promise you that. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second and let these dogs out. Nicole, you got this, girl.
Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. So excited to be here. So if you don't know me, I am the crazy chicken lady. Imagine that. I'm part of the leadership team, like Adriana introduced me as at She Rises Studios. And boy, oh boy, is this going to be a remarkable next 4 hours for you to not only get inspired and empowered and motivated, but to hear so much value and inspiration of not just who She Rises Studios is, but what our mission, our purpose, our desire, what we are wanting to help you achieve. Because no matter what we want to achieve, we have all of your best interests at heart first and foremost, because it's not the we show or me show, it's the we show, right? So Hannah always says that. And if you're not having fun, you're done.
That's right.
So I wanted to come in here and just share a little bit about who I am with my experience with She Rises Studios, the value of what you literally have the opportunity to have your hands on. So I got introduced to She Rises Studios a couple years ago. I was doing my own social media agency at the time, and I liked what I did, but I knew I wasn't doing what I felt called to do. And I kept hearing God's voice in my heart, in my soul, telling me that I was worth, that what I had inside of me needed to come out bigger, louder, and better. And I was frustrated because I didn't know how to do that in my own circle bubble of clients, which I love serving, don't get me wrong. But I knew there was a greater purpose that I had. I love to help people. I love to serve people, support people. I love to be the cheerleader for them. I like to see them grow, elevate, and expand in their life and in their business. And I wanted to do it on a much bigger capacity. And so when I came across She Rises Studios in a Facebook group from a post about a book opportunity, I was like, well, this is on my vision board for 5 years. Well, maybe we'll see how this looks. And I remember sitting in an interview call with Adriana. Believe it or not, I was very shy. I was very quiet because inside of me, as she was speaking, I was just freaking out because what I was praying for, what I was wanting to create and design with the purpose, the mission, the value, all of that was exactly what Adriana was sharing with me. And at that time, I was just kicking off with my social media agency. I quit my corporate job out of nowhere. I came home and said, honey, I'm done. I'm starting my own social media agency. He's like, okay. So the finances weren't so up to speed. So I literally did whatever I took because they said yes to me. I said yes to them. And I made it happen financially. I figured it out because I knew the value and the purpose of what these anthology books do, what these solo books can do, what the podcast can do, the magazine can do, the Phoenix TV can do. Like Hannah always says, what Adriana always says, it's about being seen, heard, and known. And the only way my message was going to get out there was being able to collaborate with a powerful, powerful company and ladies community that was willing to lock arms with me, to show me love, to support me. Because believe it or not, as an entrepreneur, we have those down days. We have that self-doubt. We have that lack of self-worth. We have that feeling, that inkling of what I'm doing isn't enough. It doesn't matter. Your voice doesn't matter, Nicole. Your message doesn't matter, Nicole. It has no value. It does, ladies. What you're creating and what you're doing and what you want to focus in is powerful. It has meaning. And so being able to join in the first book, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman, back in September of 2021, really launched the opportunity where I not only was starting to believe more confidently in myself and that worth was growing, I had ladies that were supporting me and believing in me as well. And everything is better than just doing it by yourself, right? Having that community, that network, that relationship with other powerful women is huge. Your association is so powerful. So what does this all mean to you? Well, you have an opportunity. You have ladies on the screen. You have ladies that are going to be showing up on the screen that want to help you, that want to support you, that want to give you an opportunity. I'm leading the book project, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Faith. I have my faith walk has been up and down. I've pulled out, I've gone in, I pulled out, I've gone in, because a lot of that self-doubt and that self-worth, trauma, all the things. And I've written about it in a majority of all these books, because my story matters. My mission matters. My mission is aligned with She Rises Studios. All of us ladies on this team that are showing up today have the same mission in one way, shape, or form. And we're here to help you. So with the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Faith, it's all about that. It's all about bringing hope. It's about taking your empowerment story of where you were, where you are now, that faith journey of how that's helped impact you and where you're going, and writing those powerful stories that when women pick up your book and they read it, they look at your chapter and they read your chapter, any sentence or word or even your whole chapter is literally going to change somebody's life. Don't think of trying to create a message for the masses. Just really focus and hone in on that one woman that you want to change, you want to help, you want to serve. And when you focus on the one, the many will come, the many will happen. But the opportunity for you to not just write your story in this book, to be on the back cover of the Women in Faith book, to be able to have a podcast opportunity, be in our international best-selling magazine, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman, to be able to have a marketing campaign, a book trailer, all the things. And also, which is super crazy, a mini docu-series. Like, what? Are you kidding me? For $199? What? Thank you very much. You know, for me, in the investment, when I first started, I literally had to donate plasma. I delivered groceries. I signed up for Ship and did groceries. I walked dogs. I actually worked construction in 30-degree weather, minus 15, 20-degree weather, because back then I was in Michigan. It was freezing, and I was putting siding up on houses because I knew where I wanted to go. And I knew these ladies, this team, the publishing team, was here to support me to not just be seen, heard, and known, but to get my message out, my voice out, because it matters. And we believe in your message. We believe in your voice. You have value. So the investment, $109, I always say $1.99. I don't know why I do that. $199. See, words are hard, right? Nobody's perfect. For $199, you can write in a book. You can be featured on the back. We do Amazon bestseller campaigns. You're in the podcast. You are in the magazine. You're in a community. You have a support of all of us ladies, the publishing team, coming and walking right beside you. I don't know what else I can share. And I hope I'm delivering that message of just really you seeing my heart, that we're here to serve and help. We're here to make the world a better place. We're here to make sure that in your entrepreneurial journey, that you don't feel alone, that you aren't alone. And let's cut the whole competing crap. Because I came from corporate and I'm done with it. That's why I left. That's why I started my own company, because at the time, back then, I wanted to be that driving force, really help women step in their self-leadership, really figure out their value, their worth, do that self-reflection. Because if you're not doing it in your mind and in your heart, you're literally lost, quite frankly, because any shiny object syndrome, any shiny thing that comes in, anything that you see online, you're just going to go all over the place, and the focus and your mission and your purpose is going to get lost. Your why is going to diminish. So if you are interested in joining me in my book project, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Faith, on empowerment stories, I'd love to have you. If you have just that, empowerment stories through your faith walk, bringing hope, peace, inspiration. The ladies that have signed up thus far in my book are amazing. And I cannot wait to be able to have everybody in the world get their hands on this book, as well as be able to watch the docu-series, because that's going to just be, But anyway, so yeah. And one thing I want to add in here before I get off my soapbox, is I gotta add it in there. I gotta do it. Is you are perfectly and wonderfully made. All of your talents, your capabilities, who you are is enough. It goes just right along with your message and your voice, but who you are is enough. And don't you ever say no to yourself. Don't ever devalue you, because you are a powerful, powerful woman.
I think we wrote a book about it. I think it's called Unleash Her. Unleash your feminine power, unleash her, unleash everything about her.
So this is kind of an example. Obviously, this is not the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Faith book, but this is kind of an idea that it gives you, for any of you ladies that are interested, of kind of what the cover-ish will kind of look like, supposedly. But also the back, your name and photo is going to be on here. Like, it's going to be awesome. And then you're going to have, and let me see if I can just find myself real quick a minute here. So sorry. So like this, so this is like what an anthology book structure is from She Rises Studios Publishing. You're gonna have your picture in there, your name in there, your title, your links, because it's not just you writing your message and having your story. It's also, we're here to help make you become seen, heard, and known. So we want people to reach out to you. We want ways for the reader to connect with you, because that's the whole collaboration point. It's not just to write a story. It's for that collaborative, that network to happen. So what better way than to have your social links in there so people can look you up, learn about you, connect with you, and then visit your website, see what services, get clients. It's awesome. It's incredible. It's amazing. Just do it. We love it. We're here for you.
Woohoo!
What about like, we have one of the books, or three of the books: EmpowerHer Story, Sassy, Classy, Badassy, and The Force of Women CEOs. The Force of Women CEOs really resonates with me. I thought of the title because of some of the things that I've gone through as a CEO. And so I am currently looking for women to fill that book and docu-series with me. But it's extra special because as a CEO in a business, it can be a lonely space. A lot of people don't understand what it takes to run a global business and how much grit is involved. And words get said like competition, favoritism. When your crown is crooked, you want to just fling the crown off the person's head. But between EmpowerHer and the Force of CEOs, we can change some of that thought process and be thought-provoking in the way of favoritism doesn't exist unless you make it exist. Competition doesn't exist unless you make it and allow it to. And the only person that you should favor in the world is yourself. And the only competition you should have is with yourself on being a better version of you than the day before, which leads into the crooked crowns. I can't tell you how many times I've heard a woman attack another woman and accuse them of playing favorites, being competitive, gossipy, drama, and all those yucky things. And it does exist in every space, not just in She Rises Studios. It exists everywhere. But what can happen is it becomes infectious. And how do we kill an infection? An antibiotic, an antidote. And the antidote is the true understanding of the value in each person, seeing them, hearing them, knowing them, understanding them, exploring who they are, kind, effective communication, all of those different things, that's a CEO. That's also someone who empowers someone else. And I'm sorry, but my house cleaner is over here cleaning house, so you can hear all the gadgets happening. So the point is, what I'm trying to say is, there is something in all of these projects for everyone. There are so many different perspectives in life and in business that they have to be told. They have to, because there's too many women out there who are walking around without a she tribe, without true connection of themselves, like understanding who they really are, understanding who they really want to be, understanding that their dream and their goals matter. There's so many different things. And how do we solve that? We become the cure, so to speak. We practice what we preach. We teach, we lead, we honor, we build a system. And we bring more and more into that system. And that is being seen, heard, and known, is in that collaborative effect, right? So I'm really looking for those women who are not afraid to take the challenge and say, yes, I want my message to be out there. And not only do I want to write about it, but I want to speak about it. And I want it to be in 137 countries, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because it'll stay up there forever. And and not only that, but I also want to see these women enter the rooms of where these docu-series premieres are happening, entering the rooms of these Empower Her content days that we've created, entering the mastermind rooms that we're about to launch, entering the SRS Academy that's opening its doors in April, entering the room to network and help other women, and the list goes on and on. So Nicole's right. What more could we say? What more could we do than what we're doing already? Well, that's for you to answer. You can tell us, because we always like to poll and ask, what is it that we're missing? What is it we could do better? You know, constructive criticism goes a long way. Not offensive constructive criticism, but true, integral constructive criticism helps. And that's something that we're open to, because we want to be a leading example. In other words, we walk the walk, we talk the talk. There are no favorites. There is no competition. We don't knock off somebody's crown. If it's crooked, we fix it. And we shine the light on everyone. Maybe it's not all at the same time, but we come together and we link arms. So Empower Her Story, that's a piece of Empower Her Story. Force of Women CEOs, what does that look like? What is a CEO? Well, I just described some of it to you. What does that unstoppable woman in faith look like? That woman looks like Nicole, who no matter what, at the end of the day, she has the faith and the hope and the perseverance to know it's going to happen. Not the how, but she hangs on to the why. And the list goes on and on. And the list goes on and on from there. And that is the importance of collaboration over competition. That is the importance of you sharing your story. And someone mentioned about public relations. Public relations is vital to every business. If you want to stand out among the echoes, you need to be seen, heard, and known. This is just one way to do it. It's one simplistic, affordable way, but PR, the most successful companies in the world, hire public relations. Everyone needs it. Everyone. If you have a crisis and you want to bring awareness, how do you do it? Public relations. If you have a cause that you're advocating for, how do you do it? You tell the public. So every aspect, it all connects, like the show Manifest, it's all connected, right? And that's what we do. That's what we do here. We connect. We've built a platform and we're connecting everyone into that platform because they're important to us, because you're important to us. So that's it for me, because I am going into a very important call about leadership on a global level. So I'll let you two ladies have fun and say yes. How do they find you? How do they find us? How do they sign up? Maybe talk about that.
Oh, we have lots to talk about. Thank you, Hannah. Woohoo! OG. Oops, sorry. All right, so let's talk about what is this we're talking about for those who are just joining in or caught the end of something. We're talking about those who may be interested in coming into one of the anthologies that we still have available because as of next week, it's gone. Like we're done with 2024 anthology series. We're gonna have them already all filled up. 2025 is gonna be when we open things up again for that. So if you're interested in joining an anthology, we have 10. A little bit over 10, but 10 that's on this specific landing page for you to choose and pick from. And I've been sharing it throughout this live a little bit, but I'll go ahead and share my screen again. And you're going to go over to sherisestudios.com/flash sale. And you're going to see from the top and down, a little bit of who we are, our mission. I put a little video about what you're experiencing. I even put come to our next event, because those who are in these books, because you're going to be in the docu-series, you're going to need to get your portion of the docu-series recorded. So you can choose if you want to record in person at an event like this one, the EmpowerHer Content Day, or if you want to schedule your session remotely. Either way, we're going to help you out and we're going to get you onto that docu-series. So this is where you go to, read a little bit about the book, and you can decide which one you want to be a part of. Bond Finance is the only one that's in 2025. The rest are all this year. So if you're looking to get into a book that releases this year, these are the ones you want to look at. And the next step is literally just as easy as clicking this button, and it'll take you to the next step and page. So it should already be in the comment section below this video, but I've been kind of also sharing it as a banner right here. And it just, like I said, www.sherisestudios.com/flash sale. And that will take you to that link. You can go over there, look at the book options, and decide which one suits you. Please note, if you want to be in more than one, you can, but it's $199 per project. You get all of these bonuses. I always get this question: are there any other fees outside of this? No. The only other things is if you are looking to maybe you wanted a landing page because you don't have a website. If you want something like that, you could choose us to go through, or you can go through somebody else. If they're not mandatory things, this is the only cost to be in this program, to write your book, and it comes with all of these cool things. You're going to get featured on the She Rises Studios podcast. You're going to get your 5 free copies. You're going to get to have strategy sessions with our team. You're going to be in the magazine. You're going to get to be in one of the upcoming workshops that are online. And then there's a few other things. When you go and click that apply now button, there's more stuff listed in the contract that we didn't put here because there's just so much stuff. So if we're talking about the value and is it there? It's way more there, and it's surpassed what the value is. So my recommendation is that you stop living in fear and start embracing what is going to come. That's what stops people. Honestly, I'm going to bring Heather in here. Hey, Heather.
Hey, hi guys. How are you?
Good.
It's a party over here.
Yeah, we decided to do it differently. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay here.
I've kind of been listening between calls, so I've been catching up with it.
You talk to, I think, the most people, like you and Ashley, Nicole, Angela.
Yeah.
What you say is one of the things that typically make people hesitant, or not sure. What's one of those things that you hear all the time?
I really think it's 3 things. I think it's 3 things, and I really think you guys hit it on the nail with the EmpowerHer Solo experience and with the anthology experience right now, what you're offering people. And the first thing is they know they have a story inside of them. They just don't know how to get it out. How do you even start that conversation and get it onto paper and make it persuasive? And then the second thing is, okay, even if I do that and I make it through and I survive doing that, what do I do with it? I don't know how to market it. I don't know how to campaign it. I don't know how to make it a bestseller. And then even if they think, okay, I'm pretty savvy on marketing, I can get that done. The third thing is, okay, but it costs money. I mean, even doing self-publishing, you're going to have to find an editor. You're going to have to get it in manuscript form. You're going to have to upload it. There's still costs, no matter if you're trying to go on your own or you're looking for a publisher. And so it's like, do I invest that cost not knowing that my outcome is going to be successful? And so what I love about what we're offering people right now, and like we can't even express how much importance and urgency there needs to be right now, because our ability to continue to support you literally is going to end by Monday. And we can still support you, but we're not going to be able to answer these 3 questions that we're answering right now. One, we're going to be one-on-one. You're going to have appointments. You're going to have meetings. You're going to have support on producing that story, right? And you're giving them that workbook on how to start that writing journey, right? You're giving them an outline of how do I make this happen? And then the second question of, okay, well, how do I market it? Well, that's what we do, right? So we come in and show you, this is how we're going to market. We're going to give you the 21-day marketing guide. We're going to tell you what we're doing. And then we're going to tell you what we need you to mirror to make this successful. And now that stress and relief of, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to talk about the fact that I wrote a book, it's gone. We're going to show you how to do it. We're going to support you through that. And then the third thing is we've made it ridiculously reasonably priced right now so that you can take those steps, right? So it's like a no-brainer. It's like, okay, stop procrastinating, just jump in and do it. And so I am not like a Nicole in the fact where Nicole had on her vision board, I'm going to write in a book or write a book or be or author, right? It wasn't on my vision board. I didn't even have a vision board. So whenever Adriana and Hannah came to me and they're like, hey, we want you to write in this book. And it's funny, I have it right here. We want you to write Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur. I'm like, well, that sounds interesting. Like I never really thought of myself as an author, but okay, let's just try that. And what I didn't know is like, that was the missing link. That was the missing link for my business, was to come in and write a chapter in that book and then write another chapter. And I ended up writing in the whole series. I remember the time Nicole and I sat down to have the conversation. She's like, hey, I would really love to have you in the entire series. And I'm like, okay, I haven't even wrapped my head around that thought. Right?
I did do that, didn't I?
Yeah. You're like, well, I think you could add value to each one of these books in a different aspect. And it really did change the trajectory of my business, the way I do business. And like Hannah was talking about earlier, like being scared of the camera. Like I didn't even have Facebook. And Adriana will tell you, my number one problem is I still hate headshots and I don't do them like all the time. They're like, we need pictures. And I'm like, I hate them. But you do have to step out of that comfort zone and just do it. Like, stop making the excuse. Stop procrastinating. If you're sitting back, like I was in Coffee Connect this morning with Angela, and we were talking to ladies, and they're just like, well, I just don't know what's working. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, listen, it's consistency, it's visibility, it's being seen and heard. Like, commit to what your message is and find every platform in the world that you can scream from, so that you can be seen and heard. And that's exactly what we give you here. Is it's not just about helping you create that book and helping you market that book and making it reasonably priced. We're going to put you on all of our platforms. And thank God that Hannah and Juliana have given us these platforms to speak from. Like, we have podcasts, we have magazines, we have TV shows. You're going to be featured in all these things. And what does that do for you? It gives you credibility. And that's the number one thing as a business owner that you really, really need, is the credibility sometimes, especially as a woman business owner, right? So as I wrote in these books, these Becoming Unstoppable Women book series, what it gave me was credibility in my field that I didn't know I really needed. But now all of a sudden, people that maybe questioned, oh, does she know enough about finances? Does she know enough about her business? Automatically thought, you know everything. You're a best-selling author. You must know everything. Well, I didn't know anything different, but now they were willing to listen, and now they were willing to move forward with me. And that's what Hannah was getting at earlier, is use the book as a tool. The book is your tool. It's your card to be able to step out into the world and say, I am an authority on this topic. I do know what I'm talking about, and I can help you. And we're really blessed in the fact that they have so many different books to choose from this year, where we're really trying to answer and say, there's a book here for anybody who's ready to step into that, credibility, step into your own. So one of the books I'm hitting up is Women Decision Makers. And so Women Decision Maker, as I really dive into this book, it can cover many different levels. Are you a decision maker in your business? Are you a decision maker in someone else's business? Are you managing a business? Have you managed a business? Are you managing a household with kids at home that you're trying to make all the decisions as to, their futures and what's going on? There's a lot of gray area for that women decision makers. But what I need is strong women that are willing to say, this is how I make decisions. This is how I move forward in my life. And I take life by the reins and just move forward. So no excuses, no holds bars, up to any challenge, ready to take things on and face them head on. And that's really, if your desire is to be a business owner, is to be an entrepreneur, is to be a CEO, is to be in the C-suites, any of those dominating, over accomplished positions that you have up on your vision board, really stepping into your own is the first part. And part of being able to step into your own is stepping into a book, authoring, being up on the podcast, writing an article in the magazine, letting people know what your position is. So Women Decision Makers is a great book to really step into your own and let people know what you have been doing and what you intend to do and how you can help them while they're sitting back going, should I make that decision? Should I make that jump? Right? Wouldn't you have wanted that playbook when you were deciding to take those steps? Wouldn't you want to be able to have something to turn to? And that's really what we're hoping to offer with this book. That's what our goal is. So if you think you would like to be part of a movement where you're helping other women that are in that process of pushing themselves and making those decisions and making those jumps and leaps and give them a playbook to go on, we would love to have you as a part of that book. So you can click the link. You can go and look at the flash sale. You can pick Women Decision Makers out there, but there are a lot of other great books. I think we have 10 other books on that list. There's only a few spots left in some of them. Some of them have a little more space, but you have an opportunity right now to act and stop thinking and sitting back and wondering if it's going to be the right step. Just do it. What do you have to lose for $199? Really, what do you have to lose? Dinner last night cost me more than $199. We all ate. We all got up this morning, went to the bathroom. It's done. It's over with. And it was a great memory. But you could actually invest in a book where it's going to carry you. Nicole gets all love. It's going to carry you into something else, right? We're going to see a show tonight. My friend's daughter's in. 5 tickets cost me $154. Again, $199. You get to be in a book, on a podcast, on a TV show, part of a docu-series, being seen and heard. What's your excuse now? What are you waiting for? This is why we're like, you know what? We just have to go on and just be real and honest about what we're trying to do for women, how we want to help, and what we really have to offer, because the offer's running out and we want to bring as many of you along for the ride as we can.
I do want to add here to answer Adriana's question. What I've been hearing is, well, what's the catch?
Yeah.
Because it's not heard of in publishing or really in business in most cases, with something that provides so much value and gives so many different, like, the bonus with the docu-series, all the features of, being on a podcast and magazine, well, what's the catch? And that's when I hear that, it just breaks my heart, because we are in the business. We are in the mission to help. We're here to help you in your message. We're here to help have your voice be heard. We're help to have you be seen. And so when I hear that, like, well, it's like, it breaks my heart to know of ladies that have maybe done things and it wasn't delivered the way that it was supposed to, services or products, whatever that may look like. And no one's perfect, but at She Rises Studios, we stand in our integrity. We stand in our character of who we are and what we say we're going to do. Are we perfect? Heck no. Clucking no, we're not. We're human. But I can guarantee it that if we don't have the answer for you, or if we do make a mistake in some way, shape, or form, we own up to it, because that is leadership. That is character. That is integrity. And so if you're a woman watching this that has spent money on something and you've been screwed over or all of the things, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This literally is $199, because we're here to serve you. We're here to provide an opportunity where we can bring in the masses all together and come together and join forces together with that unification and that collaboration.
Yeah, that's exactly, you hit it right on the nail with that, because that is the other question I've been getting. And I say the same thing. Like, this is not, you're going to get the same red carpet treatment that our full paid client does. You're not going to be treated any different, for one. For two, Adriana and Hannah do have a heart, and they did work really hard to get to where they are. All of us as the team have, right? None of us are overnight successes. We've all bust our butt. We're still busting our butts, and we recognize that. And so every year we try to pick a theme that's like a pay it forward, right? This is our pay it forward. This is their pay it forward for the year, right? We can't always do it, and we're not going to be able to always do it. There's going to be times where you're going to have to pay full price. It doesn't mean we love you any less. It just means that we have pay it forward projects. We push them for as long as we can. We help as many people as we can at that level, so that they can be in a different place, that when it is full payment, it doesn't matter, because they've already risen so much and have had so much success. They understand the value, and they're happy to pay that, because they understand they got it for this price. So it isn't a scam. It isn't a hidden agenda. There's not going to be additional fees in the end. There's not some other thing we're just trying to rope you in and then start bleeding you dry. That's really not what's going to happen here. We literally, this is our pay it forward project, right? You can get into the EmpowerHer and publish your own solo book and be part of a docu-series for $500 versus thousands of dollars. You really can get into one of our anthologies for $199 versus hundreds or over $1,000 at normal prices. And the reason is because this is our pay it forward project. We're looking towards the future. We know exactly how many we can add and how many we can hold here and there, and support these women, because we know as we pay it forward and we give it back, it's going to come back to us threefold. Because if we can help 100 women at this level, we're going to have 300 and 400 women that are going to come back to us that are their friends and stuff. They're going to be like, please help me too. I love this. I love what they've done. I've loved how much they've grown, and I want to be part of this mission and movement. So don't feel bad for us because we're putting out a great price. We know what we're doing over here. We are business women too. So we have other ways and means, and we know exactly how many we can help at this price. And we love that we're able to offer it. Hannah and Adriana love that they're able to put this passion project into effort. And a lot of times, you'll see them do it at the end of the year, like we did at the end of the last year for Voices of 100 Women. They set on it and said, we're going to put it at the beginning of the year this year, which is exactly what they did. And we're going to line the year up. And then that's going to allow us to focus on other things in the second half of the year. So a lot of other big themes coming for She Rise Studios and for Phoenix TV that we're just going to blow your mind as the year goes forward. But we want to make sure that the publishing and that pay it forward project is taken care of first, and that we're set up throughout the rest of 2024 and into the beginning of 2025 with all of our publishing clients and their needs and all their needs met. And so that's why you see this passion project right at the beginning of the year. That's also why this passion project is coming to an end, because we have so many other things lined up that's going to need to be addressed in a different way. So this is your time. This is your chance to really take advantage of what they're offering and they're able to gift you right now, because this literally is a true blessing and gift. I will tell you that Nicole and I, when we came aboard to She Rise Studios, we didn't pay $199 for these books. No, we did not. We very willingly paid a lot more, and we paid for the whole series, and that's fine because we never lost. People say, oh, well, how much did you gain? What was your return on investment? I've definitely gotten my return on investment and more from any project I've done with the She Rise Studios. And it's because, like Nicole said, it's done with integrity. It's done with love. It's done with care. And we really, really do believe in collaboration over competition. And you see that even it's as simple as our Facebook group. I mean, there's no membership fee. You can advertise, network, collaborate, post, do lives, videos all day long in our Facebook group and our Facebook community. You don't have to pay a dime. You can't get that in other communities, the freedom and the support that you see there. So that's just and that's there all the time. So that's just the number one example of why and how.
A lot of the ladies are probably watching it from within the group too. So
yeah.
Hi, ladies.
the things that I see, thank you if you're in the She Rises Studios community group right now. Go ahead and put a hello so we can say hi to you personally. If you're watching it from this group, I just want to give you an extra special thanks because you took that extra step to come in here and join a group, not knowing what was going to be inside of it and what to expect, and just taking our word for it. Because we always tell people you can go in there and post and do lives and this, and they always say, "Really? Like for real?"
I know. Yeah. They're like, what?
Yeah.
It's not.
I know I have people that are like, oh wait, I've been in there for like 6 months. You can, yeah, that's why you see other people do it. Do it.
Yeah.
Advertise. Talk.
Yes, exactly. Because all the other groups, typically, I don't know 100%, obviously. There's so many Facebook groups.
Oh yeah.
But a majority of them, they put an extensive amount of rules. Like you can only post on Tuesdays, and it has to be under my post, and that you can't put links. And if you want to go live, you got to do this. And it's like, okay, well, cool, good for them. Come over here to She Rises Studios and do what you got to do to make yourself successful. We didn't create this to put limitations. We created this to give you the power to see, like, look, all it takes is you to show up. And I, just so you know, it's hard for me to look at a picture of myself. So I'm only putting this up here because I want people to know who have been watching this. Like, yes, there's the anthologies. Heather came in and like, if you wanted to do a solo book, that's why I'm pulling this one up. For those who really want to do a solo book, you already know, for those who've like inquired about this, our minimum package is $2,500. If you're going through and wanting to get a solo book, this is where you want to go. This landing page, SheRaiseStudios.com/empowerher, and you get to you get to have your own book from beginning to end with all of these bonuses. And it's only $500 if you pay in full, or $750 if you're doing monthly payments. We always incentivize those who pay in full because we want your concentration to be on writing your book, marketing your book, and all of that in between. And we are there to help and guide you. We have over 200 women right now who are with our publishing team. We're getting one-on-one calls, and they're loving it. The publishing team has been killing it. So I want to give a shout out to Michael, Catherine, Berna, Sarah,
Yes.
Carla, Ron, literally the entire Parker, Alexandra. It takes an entire team to assist you ladies, and they're rocking it. They're killing it. Are we perfect? No, we've been talking about that. There is no such thing as perfection, and we don't. We hope that you don't expect perfection from us. If that's the case, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but that's impossible. We're not robots. We're still we grew ourselves. We're not on an automated system yet. So that is going to be so cool when we are. I'm so excited because it's just going to go up from there. I also want to shout out to our affiliates who have decided, hey, I love what you're doing. I love this mission, and I have people that I want to share and connect you with. They see that value. So thank you to those individuals who filled out that form. If that's something you're interested in, put in the comment below, affiliate, and I'll get you the link. We'll help you get signed up. And yeah, there's just so much goodness. I just want to thank you both for being on the live with me today.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm going to have to hop off. But before I do, I just want to say it's time to rise, shine, and cluck and grind, y'all. Woo! Like, let's do this. Let's do this. So funny. Anyway, so thank you, Adriana, for having me. It was so much fun. Heather, thank you. You OG. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you, ladies that are watching, all the ladies that are gonna catch the replay. I don't know what else I can say other than we see you, we hear you, and we believe in you.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Bye.
Thank you. I'm gonna take a quick moment to just read some of the names for those who've already decided to take that step and take that leap. And I hope some of them are watching, or that they'll get to watch it, because who doesn't like to have a shout out, right? So right. I won't say the names of all the books because that might take too long. But Jacqueline Long, Force of Women CEOs, Lori Graham, Sassy Classy Badassy, Cassandra Lambert, Sassy Classy Badassy, Ryan Goff, Mompreneur Part 2, Maxine Rudock, Women in Faith, Kenna Lee, Women in Faith. I can't pronounce his name, so I think it's Rial Nampum. I'm so sorry. I don't even know how to pronounce this last name. She is in the Force of Women CEOs.
Mhm.
Jen, from Her Giving Journey. Dina with Mompreneur Part 2. Sally with Sassy Classy Badassy. Brianna Tuller. And now I'm just going to start saying names. Anissa Crespo. Iman Kamal. Annie Michaels. Janet Clark. Sonia McKinsey. Lynn Shallow. Catherine Whittington. Hilla Capola. Shadara. I think I said that right. Samantha Shepard. Roberta. Nicole. Pam Kurt. Dion Malash. Sorry. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names. I will personally get to know these names soon. Kimberly Seabrooks. Suzanne Minshew. Morgan Stratton. Dr. Shelley Hipsky. Linda Tucker. Renee Wagner. Jennifer Day. Nelisa Patterson. Melissa Cruz. Okay, I'm going to stop there. There's still more. I can keep going. The point is, congratulations. Yeah. And that's just in some of the anthologies. Solo books, we can go a whole other direction. EmpowerHer campaign, we could list all those names. The Voices of Wonder Women, we could list all those names. So let's just take a moment to give them that congratulations, that celebration that you decided to choose you and you stopped living in fear and decided, okay, I'm ready. And even though these books are going to come out later, they were ready to say yes to themselves. And that's what I want to congratulate. And that's what I want to keep talking about and promoting of, look, this is your opportunity. It's here now, so take it. I love when they say success is when opportunity meets preparation.
Mhm.
I live by that. I live in the fear of not being ready. So I'm constantly trying to be prepared for that.
That is why she's the fearless leader behind the scenes, because she's making it all work, the magic in the background. But yeah, and the other thing is too, before I go, is you don't have to choose just one either. Like I said earlier, when I wrote in Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Entrepreneur, I wrote my chapter, and then Nicole and I had a conversation, and she's like, I think I'm going to do the whole series. Why don't you do the whole series with me? And the reality is, I did it. I didn't even think much about what she told me. I was just like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad I didn't let all those, oh, well, what if, I don't know, jump in there. So if when you click on the link, you see a couple books and you're like, gosh, I could write in 3 of those books. Like, the good news is you don't have to choose just one. So you can actually take advantage of the $1.99 for more than one book. And we've had a couple women do. I know Samantha Shepard's writing in a few books. I know I'm writing in a few books. I know Jacqueline Long, you said earlier, is writing in 2 books. So that's the other thing, because I don't know if we've said that yet, is that you can choose more than one on there if they're available. And that way you can share more sides of yourself. And that's really what I found happened when I wrote in that entire series, is that each chapter kind of had a slightly different topic, and I could kind of go on to a different way that I could help people, or a different side of me for people to get to know, so that I became more of a well-rounded person to my clients, to the people that were reading about me. And honestly, I had some, hey, way to go, love the book type of things, love your chapter. But it wasn't until book 3 that I started really getting messages directly from people to me and being like, thank you so much for being just honest and transparent and making, going from surviving to thriving seem possible and doable. Thank you for being transparent about finances. Thank you for helping me feel like it is approachable. And I don't know why 3 was the magic number, but I've heard that from more than one people. So don't feel like you're not going to get anything if you do book 1. You're taking the first step, right? So are you ready to take the first step? Or even if you want to jump in with both feet, hands, arms, everything, whole body, like I did, and say, I want to do, several, you can. So don't feel like you're limited to, I can only take the $1.99 deal for 1 book. So let me pick the one that I love the most. If there's a couple on there that just really resonate with you, you do have the option of picking more than just one. So I just wanted to put that out there because I know there's some of us that just couldn't choose. We had to have 2 or 3 of them. Couldn't help it. So you do have that option.
That reminds me of someone. It was Krista. Let me see. Hold on. She said it. She joined a book. It was My Unforgettable. That one's with me.
Yeah.
And she was like, when she saw that there was one that was called Her Giving Journey, she's like, wait, I need to know that I'm in alignment with the right one. And I said, well, this one you get because it was a little bit more. Your name is actually on the cover. And she wrote back, I guess I wasn't worried about my name being on there. I just want to make sure I'm aligned with it's. I'm just trying to determine if it's crazy that I want to be in so many of the books. I was like, no, it's not crazy at all. And I said, I take this as a compliment and I appreciate that. She said, I'm so overwhelmed in a positive way by this company. I'm glad to be a part of it. This optimism and collaboration is what I seek. And your team seems to work so well together. It was like one of the highest compliments we could have gotten and that we got. So thank you, Krista, for sending me that message.
Yeah, and it is that way, you know, just like I was saying, I'm doing women decision makers, and that's all about just mainly taking those steps. Like, when in your life did you step forward and say, I'm just going to make these decisions, just like we're asking you to now, but I'm going to, you know, I'm going to be the leader. I want people to use what I do as an example. So if you've been in that example setter, if you've been that leader, if you are that leader, you are that decision maker, you know, that book is designed to help others step into that and be that guidebook for them. But I'm also doing in that list, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Finance. And it's book 2. We did the last one last fall. And it was a very successful book last fall. I anticipate this one's going to be just as good, if not better. We hit several benchmarks that we hadn't even gone down yet with that book. If you remember, we did really well. And I think it's because there is such a longing for women. You know, we are the bread makers, we are the breadwinners, and we still have to fight that battle of, should we be touching the money or do we know what to do with the money? And getting questioned in our personal lives, within our families, within our industries. And so being able to have a book that could really be a tool and a guidebook for women about money, and written by women. There's not a lot of books out there about money written by women. So it was nice that we could really give that. So I'm excited that we get to give that again. So if you would be interested in being becoming an unstoppable woman in finance, there's lots of different assets to that too, right? So that's, you know, it could be, are you in the financial world like I am? Are you in some facet of it? You know, last book we had some people that were in real estate, some people that were investing, some people, you know, that were in management, some people that were in banking. So there's so many different avenues. People that are in, you know, Bitcoin, people that are in all different types of investing can come in and talk about what they do, how they help. So there's that one, and then the other one we're doing is Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Part 2, Health and Wellness. So when I wrote in that book, I wrote about how financial instability can cause so many health issues because you're constantly having anxiety, you're constantly stressed, you're not sleeping right, you're worrying more than you are able to focus, and how destructive having your finances out of whack can be to your mental state, your physical state, your emotional state, to your family. But we had so many different women in the last health and wellness book that were just ran the gamut. And that's what we were looking for here too. It's an overall holistic book of health and wellness. So are you in the health industry? Are you in the wellness industry? Are you in the spiritual industry? How do you help people address all the different sides of us? And that's the problem is, for women, sometimes we get so busy being productive and so busy being mom and wife and business owner and worker and all these different hats, and we put our health and our wellness on the back burner. And that's what we hope you don't do. And that's the reason we're doing Becoming an Unstoppable Woman in Health and Wellness, because we want you to remember that if you're not taking care of you, things will crumble, and then what's going to happen, right? So you have to take care of yourself. You have to evaluate your health and your wellness on many different levels, right? So that is another great book that you can come in it from different sides. Are you coming in for mental health? Are you coming in for spiritual health? Are you coming in for physical wellness? Are you coming in for health and nutrition? Are you coming in for financial wellness? wellness is a very broad term. So that health and wellness book is a great place for people to come in and share how they can help and serve others. And again, use that book as great credibility and a tool. Yay! Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Ashley, how are you?
I'm
So
good.
I'm getting ready to go. I'm going to leave you to talk with Adriana all about this amazing opportunities we have. Ashley's got an amazing book, Mompreneur. I wrote in the last one. I'm so excited for the women she's bringing into this book. So she can tell you all about her book, as well as some other ones that we have available on this $199 sale. So welcome, Ashley. Bye, Adriana. Love you, ladies. See you all tomorrow.
Heather, love you too. Have a great rest of your day.
Okay, talk later. Bye.
All right. How are you doing, Ashley? I know
I'm
you've been.
doing How are you? It's been a while.
Yes. It was only 4 hours ago. We're so silly, but no. I was hoping you could come on because I wanted to give everyone a chance to hear a little bit of why you chose to not only be in the book Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Mompreneur, but why you said yes to me when I asked you. Do you want to be the lead in this book? Like, literally, this is going to be your baby. So you said yes. Tell us why.
So I'm obviously a mompreneur coach, and it's been my business since I started. And it's been a journey, a very long journey. I guess aiming to run a business and doing that inner work, that mindset work. But when coming with this opportunity, I had to say yes because being the part of the first one was a huge door opening for me, and that's like where I fully believe that's where those first steps were taking place for me, coming out of my comfort zone, for me starting to find myself. Like, I know when I first saw She Rises Studios on Instagram, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the company that I'm aligned with. Like, I have to be part of this somehow. And I didn't know how, I didn't know what. And the opportunity came with the Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Mompreneur Part 1 book. And I came and joined that. But with this, it's like continuing it and being able to take other women alongside with this and taking their stories, their challenges, their triumphs, their strategies that they teach other entrepreneurs, because we all have our own stories, right? And being able to create a toolkit and to be part of something like that, that is like, to me, it's like a legacy builder. It's like something that you're leaving behind, but like you're creating an impact with everything that She Rises Studio stands about as well, like the whole empowerment. So I have to say yes.
Woohoo! And we're so happy you did, because I think you exude this energy of I know I can and I will. And I love that, because a lot of us struggle with even saying the words that I can, let alone I will, because it's essential for you to be able to make decisions moving forward, especially as a mom and especially as a business owner, therefore mompreneur. I can only imagine. I mean, I only have dogs, and it's so difficult. I can only imagine being a mom to a human being. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. So I applaud all the moms. I think you are all so amazing and just an inspiration to what this world needs more of, which is love, compassion, thrill, excitement. Like, I see you on the other side of that screen, and you're with your kids, or your daughter, and you guys just have so much fun. Like, I know it makes it look easy. I know it's not, but you have so much fun, and that's the coolest thing you get to do, is have fun. I guess from a different perspective, what do you feel that maybe your daughter has maybe shared with you, or that you've seen from her because she sees you as that unstoppable mompreneur?
Yeah. So my daughter, honestly, like, it's been a blessing journey. I honestly don't know where I would be. Like, she has taught me a lot. And honestly, it's true. Like what you say is like these little human beings, they depend on you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like where I was then, and like having her, and like, she grew up to be an amazing woman and like young lady. And I see those attributions in her. I see her being so fierce. I see her being so strong. When I was her age, like when growing up and stuff like that, I experienced some stuff in my life and challenges and trauma and stuff. And my biggest thing was to protect her. My biggest thing was to make sure that she doesn't go through that. And, I have no idea like where I was in my journey, how I was still able to teach that to her. Like I taught her, gave her the hope, the belief, the strength, and she has that. Like there's days that I hear her talking with her friends and you would think that, she would be upset about something, but the things that come out of her mouth, the mindset piece that she has, the leadership that she has, like she really leads her friends. Like she's an inspiration. Like she honestly, like I'm proud of her. She's in high school, but she is honestly doing high school, dance for high school, dance for after school, all that stuff. Gym, like she's managing it all at 14 years old.
That's incredible. And what would you say is one thing that she's learned from you? Like that has she ever said anything? Have you ever noticed anything?
I think it's that belief, that faith, that determination. I think with me, it's like I was always in that survival mode. And sorry, my dog is gonna be like digging for gold on couch right now. He likes to do this when I'm talking, but I think it's like she's seen me that like I don't give up. Like no matter how hard I have fallen, I never gave up. And there was times I wanted to throw in the towel and give up on like different many things, but like she's seen that belief, and I believe in God, and I know like that she takes that into like even my niece, for example. And that's why you probably thought I said kid. I have kids because like all my sister's kids, like daycare she has. I watch them. But like even to hear her, like, she's like, she calls me Chacha aunt in Polish, but she's like, I pray every morning and night. Oh, I learned this from you. Or, Chacha, when I wake up, I make sure I'm visualizing and all this stuff. And I'm like, where are you getting all this from? She's like, from you. She's like, I'll be a single mom when I'm older. I'm like, you're good.
That's so cute. I love that. See, when you get to recognize those moments, it gives you a gift. Like they just give you something back, by her acknowledging you, and that's a gift that she gave you.
Yeah. So, and I wanted to add in quickly too, like for all the moms and for anyone watching this, I remember watching this show before. It was like on Facebook or something, and they were interviewing the moms. And the moms came on and they were like, their regrets and their sorries, all the mom guilt, all of that, right? But then when they interviewed the kids were like, they're superwoman, like warriors. And like, it was just so beautiful. Like I even cried. So like, we're always like trying to carry it all, but it's our kids. Like just look at our kids and how they are. And you know what I mean? The things that they learn from that. So we're doing something good.
Woohoo. Yeah. So if you want to join Ashley in the Mompreneur book, Becoming an Unstoppable Woman, Mompreneur, the link is in the description, and it's www.sherisestudios.com/flash sale. You go there, read about everything that comes within this book project. You're in the anthology, you get all the bonuses. You're in the mini docu-series that Ashley is also leading in. So if this is something that you feel connected to, if you're a mom and an entrepreneur and you're like, I want to share my story, this is my time to shine. Let's do this because it's coming out. This is so fast and furious. We only have a couple spots left. You're going to be published this year, ladies, this year. So we need you to go in there and get to that writing and share that inspiration. What did you go through? What can you offer other mompreneurs that maybe you feel that they're missing, or that they need to be reassured of that they're doing the right things? Or how can we course correct? How can we do better moving forward? I love how Hannah always says 1% better each day, 1%. We're not asking for you to go and be the master of all trades. Just be 1% better each day. Share that inspiration. So yeah, that's awesome. Woohoo! Ashley, you're going to do it, girl. I love it. I've been seeing a different excitement from Ashley, and just I watched one of your lives when you were in Las Vegas for Content Day, and I told Hannah and Nicole, because we went to go pick Nicole up from the airport. And for those who didn't watch that live, you got to go watch it. It's hilarious. But what I'm getting at is I watched your live that day, and I needed to watch it because it happened, and I clicked it, and I was like, oh my gosh, Ashley, yes, that's it. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to hear. You have evolved, and you have just like stepped into who you are, and you were not going to say no or sorry about it. Like, that was such a beautiful live. I hope you go and pin that somewhere. It was genuinely beautiful. I never got to tell you that because I never got the chance to do that in between. But yeah.
Thank you. Oh, that means the world to me. It makes my heart like honestly, like I love that. Thank you.
Of course. Woohoo! So much good stuff is coming. But I want to know, does anyone have any questions? Like, what does this opportunity look like? Is there something that's holding you back that I can help answer? Like, is there something that you see a lot, Ashley, that comes through as a question of something we can help answer?
Yeah, I think a lot of time it's to like the time part piece. Like, it's probably too soon to get in a chapter. And let me tell you, you can make it work, because even with the part 1, I will be straight up honest. I'm very like planned to the detail, break everything down. But I had writer's block. Okay. I found out that that's a term, that's a thing, writer's block. And of course, like all the things I was going through. But the day before the final draft was due, I sat down. This is my confessions. I made a tea, I prayed, I surrendered, I sat down, and I just let my message just flow. And I created my chapter, and it was with ease and peace, and it wasn't like pressure. And I did it. And trust me, in my life, I thought there's a lot of times I wouldn't complete something, but I do. And I did it. And with the time piece, you can make it work. And don't put it like too hard on yourselves. That's what I want to say. Like, that message will freely come out, and it's not hard.
Yeah. To piggyback off of that, I will say it's funny how when I don't even want to say procrastinate. You have writer's block, but I'm thinking of a time back in school of like I procrastinated at times. I did well. I was an A student, and people always think like it just came easily to me. It was not the case whatsoever. I was not. My brother's the genius. Like, he's the one, he can read it one time or see it one time and he's got it down. I have to read it 20, 30 times and then question it and then this and that, and then it sticks, right? Everyone's different. But what I'm saying is, like, I had to procrastinate sometimes because it could be overwhelming. And when I did, it was like that last day. It was so funny. And then it just would come out. And sometimes that's what it takes, is like that sense of urgency to be like, okay, I'm going to go in. And then all of a sudden your brain opens up and it flows through. And it's so cool to see. I think I probably got some of my best grades in school when I procrastinated, honestly, because it just opened up. I don't even understand how to explain the psychology behind that. Maybe someday we can get a therapist or psychologist on here, because there is something behind that psychologically that it just releases. So it's really cool. There's time, is what Ashley's saying. She's saying, give yourself the time and the space to let it be okay. And when you're ready to release that message, like, yes, there's going to be timelines within these projects. They're there because we need to get that book created, but it's also a catalyst. Like, it's telling you, okay, it's time. It's time. It's a repeating snooze alarm that keeps going off. Like, it's that time. And then one of these days you're going to be like, okay, fine. And you're going to wake up and you're there. That's what this is. So yeah.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to add in too, like, and sometimes it's like that fear of like, you want to do something and then you're ready to do it. And then you start backing out, and it's like, and you start questioning, and it's like, your brain is designed to keep you safe. So you're going to think of all the excuses that the time isn't right. My husband is saying no, or, my kid's dance or whatever is coming is costing me an arm and a leg. And, like, there's all these different types of things that come up. But at the end of the day, the time is never right. You are actually holding yourself accountable, because let's look at, where are you with your goals? You could be far along ahead. You could be probably behind a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? It's just holding that accountability piece, because with the opportunities that come with writing this chapter are endless. Like if you really put yourself out there for that exposure, the collaboration, all of the great things that come alongside with it is amazing.
Definitely. Yep. It's we put all the best things that we could have ever put into one package. That's what we've developed because we've been listening to what everyone said from the beginning of when we opened up until now. We listen to everything that everyone has to say. I know it doesn't always feel that way because we're so busy, but we're listening. Like we can hear. They say we want more of this, we want more of that. I would love to see this, and we're like, okay, let's make this better. Let's keep growing this. Let's keep. If you're gonna feed into us, we're gonna feed into you. That's what I have to say about that. Like if you're gonna take that time to give us that constructive criticism and kind communication, we don't respond to negativity. I always tell the Ashley, Heather, Nicole, Angela, if someone's being negative to you, they're not our people. I immediately, and I'm sorry to say this, but I block them. I immediately, because I'm like, you know what? They're not receptive, and there's a reason behind it. Now, if they're asking questions because they're genuinely wanting to have answers, like how does this process work? That's one thing. But when they're just there to spew negativity and stuff, I'm like, nah, on to the next, because now making space for someone like that is going to take energy from me, right? And I know what I'm doing is helping people. I know that because it's been affirmed, it's been confirmed, it's been something that I've been told since I was a little girl, like that I have a way to connect with people, and I'm like, I'm listening to that message. There's way more of that than there are these individuals who are just negative, and it's unfortunate, but it's something that they have to change within themselves. I always tell you, ladies, like, we're not therapists. We don't have the time to try to get someone to realize that that issue is stemming from something within them. But when we're talking about business, and if they're attacking, that's where it's inappropriate. And that's when you have to give yourself that permission to block that person. It's one thing for them to just not agree, but another to be on that attack mode. Because at the end of the day, we are a business, and that does hurt business, right? When you see things like that, and they're not even true. I could understand if it was true. It's not even true. Like it just makes me laugh, but it's also sad. But yeah, just being true to your message and true to yourself. This is the community that you want to be in. She Raises Studios. If those who are watching the replay, take that time real quick. If you're in the community group, go hit invite some ladies with this like mind, because that's what we need more of. Like, honestly, we help push and uplift each other. And you've decided, if you're in this group, that this is something that you connect with. So if you have individuals that also connect with you in that way, bring them over here. It's free. We've been talking about that. This Facebook group is free. It'll never be something we charge for. There's a place and a time for that, for those kinds of things, and we're building those out, and there'll be different kinds of structure. But this community group is to empower individuals, to empower women, and to help acknowledge that we believe what they're doing is right, and there's a purpose and there's a place. And we're saying yes to you, and we hope that you receive that. Honestly, that's what it is. Woohoo! All right. Well, I'm gonna take a quick second to let my dogs in. So, Ashley, do you have any other thing that you can share real quick, so I can be right back for a second?
Sure, I'll think of something from my head. Take the chance on yourself. You know you have a story you want to share. You know deep down you want to write. You know deep down there's something more that you're longing for, and you have your tribe of women here supporting you alongside. And me, when I joined She Rises Studios and doing the book anthology, I have grown so much, like completely so much, as a individual person, mom, friend, daughter, you know what I mean? And it helped with my healing. Like, it helped a lot. Like, finding yourself, like I say, like, entrepreneurial journey isn't just like business strategies. It's your mindset, that inner work, that healing, so you can get to that next level. And you have your community of women here cheering you on, all walks of life business, whether they're beginners, seasoned, whatever. And, we all support you. And it's like jumping on this success train and coming with us for a ride, because you have the investments that you can take on yourself, on your business, to really gain that exposure, to really put yourself out there and create these amazing big opportunities for yourself and your business. So that's what came to my mind right now.
Woohoo! All right. Yeah, I mean, we've been saying it all day, and I just want to thank those who have been watching or popping in and out. It's we know you're busy. We're just trying to show up and be there for when you're able and ready to listen to this message. We decided we were going to do this for at least 2 hours today. Ashley didn't even get to know about it. She was off doing calls and stuff, and we game planned real quick. We're like, hey, let's see, because most of us were free today. Let's just come on here. Let's just see what happens, right?
It worked out perfect. I made it. See, everything's perfect.
Yes.
It's your time to write a book.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Everything happens for a reason. My dad used to tell me that when I was little, and I didn't always get it, but I just believed it and I trusted it. And then little by little, I kept seeing it. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I started to picture those in those moments of when things were hard and when things went right. No matter what it is, when things are hard or they go right, things happen for a reason. Like, it just sticks with my brain so much because there's always an answer, and we may not see it right away, that comes from these moments, whether they're hard, whether they're celebrations. Like, everything happens for a reason. So when it's hard, why you're going through that is probably there's room for growth in an opportunity that's going to come from it, right? Why it's hard could be because maybe there's something that we could be doing and changing to make it easier. And life was telling us, look, I'm going to make it hard for you until you realize you're actually the one making it hard on yourself. I learned that. There's so many things that we learn from these moments. And so when I hear that everything happens for a reason, it helps to dissolve any anxiety. It helps to dissolve any fear, uncertainty. Like, I live by that because I get this asked, especially with my mom. She texts in with me every morning. She's like, are you okay? Just randomly texts me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, why? And I have short answers sometimes because I'm busy. But I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Why? And I know she has a lot of anxiety. And I think it confuses her because I don't. And it's because I live by that motto, like, everything happens for a reason. If you just learn, and that's what they say by trust the process. You don't always know what that process is going to be. It takes time for us to see that, and it evolves. That process changes depending on the person and that situation. Each of us are on our own course and our own path, and they intertwine, right? We connect with each other because of that. But if you just learn to, like, everything happens for a reason. Like, honestly, like, I love that. Hey, Angela.
Hi.
Hello. We're going on tangents here because we're seeing, like, how all of this connects, right? I feel like this is a form of live therapy that everyone's watching right now. But it's good.
Oh, I want to join in. Fill me in.
Woohoo! I mean, we were just talking about all these opportunities, like the anthologies, the docu-series, what it means to get involved, how it's not too good to be true, how this is the time to join, how to stop living in fear, how to stop overthinking, over-questioning, eliminating self-doubt, stepping into your power, like all of that stuff, honestly.
Let me tell you,
Tell us.
when my dear sweet friend Nicole found me 3 years ago now, sometime near the end of 2021, we can all laugh about this. I was quiet. I was shy. My hair was blonde. I think I wore black every day.
No way.
Yeah. No, for real. I did because I didn't know how to fit into the box. And I desperately wanted to find a way to speak my truth, to use my voice, to share what I had to share, because I had so much inside of me that needed to come out. And she was the one, actually, she posted in my Facebook group. I said, what are you excited about? She said, oh, a couple people for an anthology, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, ooh, tell me more. So then she did. So then I did the original Becoming an Unstoppable Woman Mompreneur. Yeah, that came out on Mother's Day of 2022, I believe. And it went from there. Now, I love going live on Facebook. I know, weird, right? And I have my own anthology series. I think I've been in like 7 or 8 books. I have my own solo book coming out. I regularly make an appearance talking to large groups of women about different things. And I do have my voice and I use it loud and proud. And none of that would have happened if dear sweet Nicole hadn't commented on my post. Right? And now I'm here, I help out, I work with She Rises Studios, I do things, you know, spread my love.
She's like, I do things. I love your lineup of books behind you. They
Right?
look good.
And my picture from Stella. But yeah, and I have to say, something I found, whether it's been writing in others' anthologies or creating my own, is there is just this transformation that women go through when they take that bold step to share their truth, to tell their story, and to do it in such a kind way, in that they're doing it to help others. They're doing it to inspire, to share, to uplift, to let people know they're not alone. Everybody has a story that's worth sharing. And even if you are watching this and you say, no one cares about what I have to say, they do. Somebody out there is waiting to hear your story told your way, to give them that idea, that inspiration, that moment of recognition, of feeling like they're not alone. And only you can tell your story your way. So if you don't do it, the person's never going to hear it. No pressure. But we all have the power to change somebody's lives through sharing our story. We all do. And there is no story too small, too big, too boring, too tragic, too anything that can't be used to help someone else. And these are people you're never going to meet. You are going to touch the lives of women around the world just by being brave and sharing your story, right? And it's how we as women start to reclaim our position in the world, that yes, we do deserve to be heard. Yes, we do have things that are worth saying. And no, we won't go quietly into the night. That we're here and we're not going anywhere, and everybody just better get ready to listen, because we got a lot more to say. And watching women transform as they go through this process, watching them, you know, grow and learn and step into their power is a humbling experience. And it's truly one that I would wish for each and every person, because you don't come out the other side the same. Not only do you make friends, not only do you learn about writing and marketing and promoting, you just grow. Like you could become something that you never thought you could be, even though it was always there inside of you.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't agree more, to be honest. Like, oh, and I wanted to say, there was someone, I can't see it, it just says Facebook user, I'm not sure why, but it says, where can we find the list of anthologies to participate in? So it's in the description of the post that you're on right now, or you can go, I mean, same thing, it's the same link, but go to sherisesstudios.com/flash sale, and it'll look like this. I'll go ahead and share it again. I know we've been on here for about 2 hours, so people I'm sure have come and gone. So I'll just keep sharing this.
Come join us.
Yeah, this is the landing page. So sherisesstudios.com/flash sale. It talks about who we are, our next event. This is where we're going to be doing some more of the recording. So you're going to want to come to this event too. Everything that comes within it. And then here's the list of anthologies. So we'll take a quick moment to do those. So if you're in finance, this book comes out next year. The rest of the books listed below are 2024. If you're asking me why this is here, it's because I personally forgot to add it on here. And so it's up here instead of at the bottom, because of website design kinks, and just didn't want to waste anyone's time. I just wanted to get it up. So if you're a finance person and this is intriguing to you, you get the most amount of time to write your chapter. And this is the time to get in, honestly. So anyway, so Mompreneur is available. EmpowerHer Story, Sassy, Classy, Badassy, The Force of Women CEOs, Women Decision Makers, Breaking Glass Ceiling, Latina Entrepreneurs, for all those Latinas out there. This is for you. Women in Faith, Her Giving Journey, Women Who Inspire Generosity, Health and Wellness. So I feel like within these 10 books, we really cover a broad variety of different messages and themes and ways for you to be a part of this. Each one of these anthologies, not only do you get the bonuses listed on this page, but you're in the docu-series. There's a mini docu-series about each one of these topics. And we're going to go on to Phoenix. It's going to go on Phoenix TV. It's going to stream across over 130 countries worldwide. You're getting mass exposure. This is your time. Stop waiting, please. This is the cheapest it's ever going to be, $1.99. This is your time. Stop waiting. Start doing. Start acting. Go, Angela.
100% take action. Take action, because that is the best way to get over your fear, right? Here's the thing. The statistics say that almost 88% of adults write a book on their goals list, their bucket list, their live it list, or whatever you want to call it. 88%. Do you want to know how many actually do it? Closer to 8.
Wow.
Yeah. And so there's so many people out there that have this dream, have this desire, and they let fear hold them back. And I mean, this is the best way to go about it. Not only do you get to meet that goal, right? You get to tick that box and say, yes, I have written a book, but you get to do it with a group of like-minded women. So you're not alone. You don't have the daunting task of writing an entire book, right? You get to start, dip your toes in the water, write a chapter, right? Get used to the process. And you have the entire She Rises Studios team behind you. So you're not alone. I know when I did my very first book, way back, I self-published my very first book. I thought I was going to do it the cheap way, right? So I wrote it all by myself, and I had my sister edit it. And then I ended up paying somebody to edit it a second time. So I paid somebody $1,200 to edit it a second time. And then I had to have the cover designed, because I didn't know how to do a cover design. And then I had to learn all of the ins and outs of KDP and how to upload, what bleed lines were, and all this stuff no one really wants to have to learn when your goal is just to put your, masterpiece out there. And all in all, it probably cost me about $2,500 to take the cheap route to get my book out there. And I didn't know anything about marketing. I didn't know how to promote. I thought I was just going to tell people that I had done this and that it was out, and here you go, follow the link and buy it. And they were going to flock to buy my book. I'm pretty sure I sold 3 in the first few days. 2 of them, it was like my mom, my sister, and my cousin. I have sold 17 copies of that book total. Majority of them are to family. And yeah, I mean, it's a good thing I did it more for the therapy side of writing than to really make money. But it wasn't until I got involved with She Rises Studios and learned about all that other stuff, the promotion, the pre-promotion, the post-promotion, how to bring your readers along on your journey, how to really connect with people and get them interested in buying your book so that when it does come out, they're there lining up waiting to buy it. I didn't have anybody to teach me that stuff. And I was so consumed with all the technical back-end stuff, I didn't have time to learn that. And, that can be really frustrating, especially if, you really want to get your message out to a lot of people. Don't go it alone, right? I mean, for $199, you get an entire team not only supporting you and teaching you all this stuff, but encouraging you, being there for you during the tough days. And you get the community of your fellow co-authors, which is fantastic.
Definitely. I mean, you probably hit all the key pieces, honestly. That was awesome.
Because I learned the hard way. It seems to be a thing for me, but that's fine.
Hey,
Not
but
others.
we all learn the hard way. I mean, even myself, when my mom was like, Adriana, you need to go on, do more lives. People want to hear from you. They connect with you. They this or that. I'm like, yeah, sure, they do. Yeah, sure. And I was like, you know what? It is true, because then I start getting messages and people are like, I listened to this part and I really resonated with that. So thank you for sharing. And it is through us that others can grow, learn, prosper, be celebrated, educated. And it's just about stop denying what you already know. You already know, for those who you're watching right now, you know your strengths. I'm looking right in the camera. You know your strengths. You know what you're good at. You know what you love. You know what you're passionate about. You know where you should go. You know where you want to go. Stop telling yourself that it's not true and that it's not possible. It is true and it is possible. And if you're waiting for us to give you permission, I give you permission. I gave you permission, but it still has to be your choice. You have to decide for you that this is what you want to do. And if it's not, that's totally okay. Go find the thing that makes you happy. That's what we're here to do. There's so many women in this community that have the answers to your questions. It's just, what is the question? You need to decide that. What are you really wanting to know about yourself? What are you wanting others to know about you? It's all about connection and opportunity. So I hope this at least helps one individual to know that they're on the right path. And if they're not, how can we course correct? What can you do differently? How can you pivot in the way that's beneficial and that's not going to hinder your growth? Right?
And you're already good enough. You're already enough. You are already worthy. You deserve this. You deserve this opportunity. And you already have something to say. You don't need to wait. Life doesn't need to happen to you before you have something worth sharing. You already have it.
I heard someone tell me, like, I don't know that this is for those who are doing the solo books, because we still have that too. You want to do your solo book. Solo book just means that you're the only author in the book. It's not an anthology. So it could be your cookbook, it could be your children's book, it could be any genre. It doesn't really matter. We have that special too. But one person's like, I don't think you're going to want to publish my book because what I have to say is strong. I'm like, on the contrary, please. Like, that's what we want. We want those who have a strong message to share. We're not afraid. I think it's just projection. They were afraid. Afraid to say yes. Please let us take that challenge on. We know what we're good at. Like, we're here. We've developed our team because they are good at what they're good at. So just give us that opportunity. We're going to give you the opportunity, and this is your time to shine, to do more, to be better, to say yes to yourself. I read off some individuals earlier of who said yes to this anthology. So I just want you to know, like, literally as time is going on, I'm getting people doing the purchases of this opportunity. So it's really cool because you're seeing this right now live, and after you get off, I know there's going to be additional ones, but go in, and if you said yes, or maybe you're not the person that's ready to say yes because this isn't the opportunity you are specifically looking for, but maybe you know someone, share this live with them. Let them know that this exists, because a lot of people don't know, and that's why we're here and shouting it out. We're at 2 hours into this. And we're doing a Robin thing where we're just kind of going around because we all have different perspectives. Angela is here for one reason and has a thing to share. Ashley is here for another. I'm here for another. Hannah said something else. Like, we all have something. Yes, we align, but we have different focal points. We know each other's strengths. We know, like, okay, Angela, you can speak on this. Ashley, you can speak on that. Heather, you can speak on this. Nicole, the chicken lady, you can speak on this. Like, we have our strengths. Just own that. There's nothing wrong with the fact that you are strong. That's a genuine thing. Like, women think that it's wrong for them to be strong. It's not. Like, that's something you should be proud of. It's that's why I have to give it up to you, mompreneurs, Angela and Ashley. You ladies are very strong.
Thank you.
You go through so much, and it's insane how strong you are. And yeah, just want to give you recognition for that.
Thank you.
So, does anybody have any questions? What did we miss? What do you not know? What is stopping you from saying yes? Give us that insight. Let us help you. I'm very curious, like, honestly, what is it that is keeping you from saying yes right now? What's keeping you watching this live right now? Share that. I want to hear it. What's
my sparkly personality, isn't it? I know it is.
There's a reason that you're still on here. Please tell us. Show yourself and say hello to the world. Share your message. I'm here because I want to be here. I'm here because I love seeing the comments on the other side after this. I'm like going through it and be like, yay, we helped touch this person today. It gives me excitement. It gives me joy. I want to show up and be present. That's why I'm here. Why are you here, Ashley?
I'm here taking everything in you ladies are saying because I'm still pouring my cup too, and being here to share a message that I like, sharing my experience with the ladies too, because someone here is watching and they are on the fence about it, of writing their book or putting themselves out there. And I want you to take that opportunity. So.
Woo-hoo. Why are you here, Angela?
I am here because I never pass up an opportunity to remind everybody of how freaking worthy they are of all of their dreams. Because so many of us have grown up being told that, you know, we needed to play small, or we needed to not take up space, or we needed to be nice or not make other people feel bad. And that made us shrink, right? We got smaller and smaller so that we wouldn't take up too much space and no one would notice us. And all of the magnificence that's inside of us is just waiting to be let out, right? Once upon a time, we were all those little girls in, you know, pink tutus or sneakers with our magic wands, dreaming of the day that we were going to save the world. And then someone told us that we couldn't, and we believed them. And I will always show up for the opportunity to remind you that they were liars. And you can save the world, and you can change the world, and you are worthy, and you deserve as much space as you want. And trust me, I require a solid 3 feet of personal space in every direction, and I don't mind, but neither should you. Like, this is the thing. We all deserve to take up space and to know our worthiness and our value. And there's nothing you need to do to earn that, right? You don't need to wait until somebody says, okay, yeah, you've made it. You may now write a book, or you may now take up space, or you may now, you know, put yourself first. You deserve it now. You always deserved it. There was never a time where you had to earn the right to be you.
Definitely. I mean, I want to know, like, who has been a fighter since you were a little girl? Like, I don't know if that was you, but like for me, when my grandfather, I grew up in a very Hispanic family. There, on that side of them, they're Mexican, and my grandparents were very old fashioned, and my grandfather used to tell me, he's like, you can't do that. Like certain things, like if I want to go out and play a certain way or whatever, he's like, you can't do that. You're a girl. You need to be in the kitchen. You should be cleaning. I was 3 or 4 years old, and I remember him telling me this. And I was so mad at him. And I looked at him and I said, no, that's not true. And I said, I am a girl and I can do whatever I feel that I can, where I want to be and what I want to do. I said, I am not only to be in the kitchen, and I am not, I blatantly told him, no, that you're wrong. And he's like, no, he just kind of left it alone, but he didn't get it. Like, I understand there's that generation of things. And I immediately told him, no. There wasn't a hesitation in my bone. I grew up fighting for, like, knowing that there are wrong mindsets and that we can stand up to that. And you should not be afraid to say no. And he was my blood, you know, like there's nothing worse than your own blood telling you no, that you can't be who you are. I understand that he came from his mindset, his place, and I have respect for it to a degree, but I respected myself more enough to not accept that to be my truth.
Absolutely.
So every single day after that, I'm like, this is who I am. Like, I did not let people tell me no. I was a tomboy. I'm still a tomboy. And I love that. I get to be who I am. And it is like, I of course evolved and grew and learned to acknowledge a different side of who I am. I used to remember, like, I would never do makeup. I was like, I'm never going to put makeup on. Now I know how to do makeup. I know this is sounding funny and trivial, but it matters because these are growth moments in our lives that we have to acknowledge and celebrate those little things that we thought we could never overcome. And it's just like, I want everyone to realize that you've all been put in a position at some point in your life where you had to either accept what someone told you, or you chose to fight. You chose to say, no, that's not true, and that this is my truth. So I'm saying it because you should be recognized for that moment of that you had that strength and you decided to stand up for yourself. To me, these are those opportunities. We write these books because they represent us fighting back and saying and standing up to those who told us no, that it's not true, that we can't be good moms, that we're not good CEOs, that we can't do it alone, that all of these things, like you're not good enough. We write these books because we know that they're going to help someone on the other side. If you have that ability to share your story and you have that desire and that want, then this is that time. This is your opportunity. That's why I'm here today. But anyways, I know we're kind of going on tangents a little bit, but it's just true. I just decided today was Raw Adriana Day. We're just going to share it and bear it.
Love it.
Share it and bear it. Woohoo! So this is your time. Go take action. Stop waiting for someone to tell you yes. You tell you yes. Please. Please. Like, honestly, it's time for you to realize that you are in charge of your life. Someone doesn't get to decide that for you. I'm certain that these two ladies that are in front of me have had someone try to tell them what they could and could not do. And they chose to not let that be their truth. I know it. I know every single person on the other side of this screen that's not on the back end of this StreamYard right now has been told that they cannot do something and that they chose when they were going to stand up for themselves. It's just crazy to me how much people want to put others down. And you always say, Angela, if you can help me with this, why do people put people down? What do you always say?
Oh, because they don't like themselves very much. Mean people put other people down because happy people want other people to be happy. When you're happy, you want to lift people up. When you don't like yourself very much, then you put other people down because we treat others the way we treat ourselves. I only say that so that not to condone the behavior of mean people, but so that we can have compassion for them and say, oh, I'm so sorry that you don't like yourself very much, but that really has nothing to do with me. Next.
I know that's like seeing some people in a certain way, like, dang, that's harsh. It's not harsh. It's just truth, just fact. Like, we have to start embracing the fact that we know ourselves enough to know.
Yeah,
Like,
when you go for your big goals, here's the thing. When you step out and you embrace your truth and you go for your big goals, other people get there, they come out and they discourage you, either A, because they think they're trying to protect you, or B, you make them uncomfortable because, not because there's anything wrong with you, because you remind them of all the things they were too afraid to go for, right? It's like you act like a mirror for them, and they have to now look in that mirror and say, oh my gosh, they're brave enough to go for this big goal and I didn't. And that hurts on the inside. And so what do? They try to keep you small so that they don't have to come face to face with their own insecurities, right? People are more comfortable when you stay small with them, because when you get big, now they have to ask themselves, why am I not getting big? Why am I not stepping out? And people don't want to do that deep thinking because it's uncomfortable, right? Growth is uncomfortable. But at the same time, by you being brave enough to step out anyways and step into your power and follow your dreams, you invite them to do the same. You show them that there's a way, and you show them that they don't have to be afraid. And so, yes, they're going to throw their criticisms and they're going to try to talk you out of it. But then when they see you doing it, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to inspire them. Haters always become fans, guys, because when they see that you didn't listen, that you didn't care about their negative talk, you win them over and they say, hey, you know what? If they can do it, so can I. And then you become the person that changed their life.
how crazy is that cycle?
Right?
How crazy is that cycle? I love psychology. This is why I love psychology. Like, the more you start talking it through, and I go through this with my husband. We always talk about how we have our strengths. He loves to not think. I know that sounds funny, But like, he doesn't want to deal with it. He really, really doesn't want to deal with it. And it's funny because he's so sweet. He's so kind. Like, he loves people. Yeah, he's silly. Yeah, he's quirky. But it's so strange to me with someone that has such a heart as the way that he does, that he doesn't think about certain things. So when he asks me one question, it spirals into this whole conversation. It ends up being 2 hours long, if not more. And he's like, dang, baby. He's like, how did you know that? How did you think about that? Where did you go through that? He's so adorable to me because he gives me like the biggest praise, and he doesn't even understand that he does. But we get to explore things. I love the questions that he asks me because to him, they may seem like the biggest like questions in the world. And for me, they're like, I thought about that like 10 years ago. And so when you get to inspire someone in the moment, it's like the biggest gift. And then him saying like, you taught me something. You just taught me something. I looked at it a different way. Then I get that gift back, right? He just gave me something. So I just, it's so crazy, the psychology, the brain, the mind, and all of this, it matters. And that's why there's books. Like, we write books to carry on a message that we've learned in that moment in time or from the past, and to advise those in the future. We want people who are 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 300 years from now, 1,000 years from now to read these books. That's what we're trying to tell you. This $199 is nothing in the grand scheme of things. You spend more money on coffee. You spend more money on things that are not necessities. They're just luxuries, where you could have this that lasts you centuries. Isn't it crazy to think like how long this, like, it's long term. It's long term. Just say yes to yourself. Like, honestly, that's what I'm going to keep repeating. You're saying yes to you.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I don't want you ladies to think that you have to stay here. I appreciate that you're here, and whenever you have to go, I understand. I'm gonna be here till 2:30 because I want to answer questions. I want people to let me know what they're thinking. What is holding you back? Like, why are you saying no to yourself right now? There's still something. If you haven't got if you're not in the anthology right now that resonates with you, because there's 10 plus, and if there's not one there's the solo book option. If you haven't said yes to you, I want to know why. Like, honestly, please, please, please tell me how I can answer you and let you know that it is the right time. And if it's not the right time for you because of like a valid reason, I'm going to tell you that. I had someone I talked to today. She's like, why should we publish to you? And I said, well, tell me about your book first. And she was letting me know. And I was like, you know what? You're already further along the process than most authors are when they come to us. I said, I don't think we can help you necessarily with the publishing. Not that I want to turn you away, but I think we could actually more help you on the marketing side of it. Like, they were so close to that finish line of it being published. That's where our strength is at this point in time, is a different service. If I don't feel like you're ready, I'm going to tell you personally, because that's not fair for you to trust me and me not be authentic and real with you. So if you're not ready, I will tell you. I even told a couple of individuals where, should I do an anthology, and telling me her whole story of like where she's at, what she experienced in the past. I said, I don't think it is the right time for you. I turned down money because to me, it was more important that what she was going to do with her life and her next move, that was more important to me. Way more important, because we don't do this for the money. We're doing it because we want to help people. We want to teach people, celebrate, and educate. That's what we're here for. It's in the name, She Raises Studios. And it makes me laugh. Our graphic design team sometimes forgets the phoenix on top of our logo. And I'm like, you can't forget that, because people resonate with that. They love the phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
What it symbolizes mixed with the name She Raises Studios. Like, it's a perfect blend of what we need as women to know that we're on the right path, the right trajectory. And if we're not, let's course correct. Please, let's course correct. Every day I do a little course correcting.
Absolutely. Adrienne, a couple of questions. One is for people who are new to watching us here, how do they get involved?
So I think it's going to, if you're talking about how to join this book or any of the anthologies, you're going to go to sheraisesstudios.com/flash sale. That's a tongue twister because there's a / flash
sale.
But it should be.
It is in the description here, where you're watching. Now, another really great question. can somebody get help with writing their chapter? What if people are worried that their writing skills aren't up to snuff?
We help with that process through our meetings. You can schedule calls with our team. You can schedule calls with our editors. You can submit stuff to us. We read it. We give feedback. We have a lot of different avenues. We don't expect any person to already be a professional author. I get that a lot. Someone's like, oh, I'm not a professional writer, so I'm not qualified to be in this. I'm like, no, that's not true at all. On the contrary, most writers are not professional writers when they start. It's something you become.
Everybody's a beginner.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
What else? Let's see. Did you know every book written inspires change? Yeah. Look at Hannah still giving us nuggets. Woohoo. Someone put, I'm a ghostwriter too. I can help too. I can't see the name. I'm so sorry. I wish I knew who this was. Put your name on the next comment and I'll give you the shout out. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this community has a lot of different book editors. We have writing coaches. There's even if you're, for some reason, I'm not saying to do this, but if you're trying to get your manuscript edited for like another pair of eyes, there's manuscript editors in the She Rises community group. We are not the, okay, Krista.
Hi, Krista.
Krista, yeah, she says she does ghostwriting, so you can reach out to her for that. I know Erin Lund is also someone who does and helps with coaching, write coaching. So yeah, we're, like I said, we're about collaboration. We're not competing. We know that there's publishers in this group. We know there's social media gurus in this group. We know that there's editors, that there's all of, we get it. We get it. And we love it and we share it and we want to prosper together. And we're better together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The pie is big enough. It's not even a pie. That's the thing. It's not like if you get a slice, we get less. We want everybody to have their own pie because really there's enough out there for all of us to have our own pie. 5 pies if we want. Woo-hoo. I'm not a big fan of pie, but it was the analogy.
There's one pie I love. I just want, yeah. If you go, anyone knows Marie Callender's? I don't know if it's in Canada or not. I know Ashley and Angela are both in Canada, by the way.
I know who Marie Callender is, yes.
Okay. So they have a pie. It's so good. It's called the Kahlua cream cheese pie. I love it. It's like a mixture of, if you're a chocolate lover, but you also a cheesecake lover. You mix those two together and it's delicious. Sorry, you said pie, now I want some. So.
No, that's okay. So now that we're on this tangent, I don't like fruit pies. That's one thing for sure. But I do love, there's a farm near me and they make this pecan pie, but it has chocolate pieces in it too. It's so good.
Yum.
Like really good. That's like my pie.
Yeah.
One time I made an entire batch of, because pecan pie is basically like a big giant pecan tart, right? Butter tart. I thought butter tart filling was the greatest thing on the planet. So this one time when I was younger, much younger, I made an entire batch of butter tart filling and then I tried to eat it myself. You know what they say about moderation? It's really true.
Yep. Definitely true. I know. I love chocolate and it gets me sick sometimes.
Chocolate covered almonds. Those are the ones that I eat until I want to throw up. Mm-hmm.
I used to eat Nutella out of a jar. Like Nutella.
It's been a long day. Can anyone tell? We're not talking about our food. Our like foods. Ooh, yeah. A little more about Phoenix TV. Thank you for Nicole for keeping us on track.
Yeah, Phoenix TV. So that's where all the docu-series are going to be featured and coming out on, which is available. You can go on the website itself, which is www.phoenix, and that's FENIX TV.app. And it's available in over 130 countries. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there.
And that is the She Rises Studio streaming app, friends. Like, available in over 130 countries. That's pretty phenomenal. Like, I mean, the reach that you get and the fact that you ladies made your own streaming app. I mean, let's have a round of applause for that. How cool is that? Sorry, I'm in
Yeah.
awe.
I helped a lady. I was speaking to her yesterday, and she was like, "So I can go on my Roku TV right now and download the app?" I was like, "Yeah." I was on the phone with her. She's like, "I'm gonna go there right now." And she's like, "I see 2 Phoenixes. Is it Phoenix or Phoenix TV?" I was like, "Phoenix TV." She's like, "Ooh!" And she started like looking in there. She's like, "This is cool. I'm gonna sign up right now." Like she literally downloaded the app, logged into it, and then went and did the anthology because she saw the vision and what we're creating. And she's like, I have a background in creating docu-series. She's in Chicago. She's like, you guys should come over here. Long story short, she got so excited she signed up. Like when you see the vision and you know it, you get excited. So it's just like, it's just cool to be able to have those testimonials of why we don't wait. She saw the value immediately, downloaded the app, joined the anthology, and I'm happy to say I think she chose Sassy, Classy, Badassy. So Hannah, you got a good one coming in with that book with you. She's really cool. But lots of good stuff. It is time for you to say yes to you. For those who wanted a solo book, I'm very curious. What would your solo book be about? Think about how and what that process would be for you. I have a lot of people asking about like, can I do cookbooks? Can I do children's books? Can I do sci-fi? Can I do novels? Can I do romance novels? I'm like, yeah, yes to all of it. Why wait? Be amazing now. Yep. Shout out to Heather and her daughters. They had that show on Phoenix TV called Why Wait? Be Amazing. It is adorable. It is one of the best kids TV shows out there. You got to go watch it on phoenixtv.app. Please, please, please go support them. They are amazing young girls with so much love and passion and stories within them that we could learn from them. Honestly, go learn from the little Why Wait? Be Amazing. They published they published several things. 2 different book series that's going on. You got to go check it out. It's called A New Day for Kids. That's their website. And you can learn all about them. Phoenix CB, their children's books. Incredible stuff happening. I think we have some authors that are actually publishing a book with their kids because they wanted to help write the book with them. And not to write it, but like to help go along the path with them of like, hey, let's get this book and your vision out. So, and it was a surprise gift. She gave it to her daughter as a gift for Christmas. So it was really pretty and beautiful that she got to do that for her daughter. I thought that was really cool. Yes, children's literacy is very important. So there's more than one way to get involved is what we're trying to say. If you want to write your solo book, if you want to join one of the anthologies, and yeah, lots of good stuff. This is the time to do it. All right, I'm going to do 1 more minute. Does anyone else have anything else to say before we log off? Ashley, give us one more nugget. What do you have to say? What's your message?
I think the time is now. No more waiting. Get away from behind the computer screen and put your message out. Really put yourself out too. Like take that one step into the right door, write your book. There's so many opportunities that come along with this, and think about the people you're going to be helping. So that's my little nugget.
And yes, we do publish journals. And yes, you can just email us at info@SheRaisedStudios.com if you have any ideas about merchandise, whether it's adding to our existing one or wanting to create your own. We're always wanting to help individuals with that. Nicole Curtis, our Crazy Chicken Lady, is going to be doing her own line too. So yes, there's lots of opportunities. Angela, before we go, what's your one more nugget?
My one more nugget, you are worthy just because you are. Full stop. That's it. There is no earning it. There is no needing to deserve it. You were born worthy and you are worthy just because you are.
Woo-hoo. All right, ladies. Well, I want to thank you all so much for watching this live. If, again, this was something that you loved and you connected in any way with any of these ladies that came on today, please share this live. There was a lot that was said. There was a lot that went over. It was deep. It was surface level. It was funny. It was serious. It had a little bit of everything. Please give someone this gift today. If they wanted a little bit of raw and a little bit of polished. Today was a little bit of everything. Thank you, Angela and Ashley, for coming on with us. Thank you, Nicole and Heather. Thank you, Hannah, for joining. Say yes to clucking you. Yes. Woohoo! All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and we will see you on the other side. Go get and join one of the anthologies. It is time to say yes to you. SheRaisedStudios.com/flash sale. If you want to do your own book, your solo book, whether it's a journal, anything that's just you in it, you want to go to SheRaisedStudios.com/empowerher. We'll go back, edit this description because it was supposed to be a 130-minute live, and we're going to do one every 30 minutes. Decide just to keep it one long stream. So we will edit that description. But thank you all so much for watching. Bye, everyone.